Hey, Rachel, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I have a feeling this is not on.
I'll
So,
just keep going.
are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so our online program is in conjunction with our IU. So it's not necessarily, well, it's not teachers from the school district. It's not the same curriculum that our school district uses. Now, they're still going to cover the same content. You're still going to get the same standards addressed. But, what they might cover in your English class at the beginning of the year might be what our district covers in the third marking period. So you're still getting the same content. It just might be delivered in a different way or at a different time. So that's why we do encourage you that if you decide to go back to face-to-face, we try to really encourage you to wait until at least the first marking period, if not the second semester, which is in January, just so that courses kind of match up a little bit better. Okay. Benefits of our program are you're still students of the Jersey Shore area school district, so especially in middle school, if you want to do athletics or clubs or special events, you can still partake in any of those. Picture day, I know it's coming up next week. I haven't gotten a specific date yet from the principals, but you are going to be invited to come in for a certain amount of time.
So here's
If
another
you want to
I
get
take a
your
picture like this here and stuff
you
like that.
have your school iPad, qualified teachers.
There's nothing else I can do while he's still in that meeting.
Pennsylvania certified teachers. You have the
So,
availability to access
yeah.
your assignments 24/7.
So
You can
you're-
work on evenings, you can work on weekends until
Thank you.
Sunday night, midnight. So whatever works best for your child, your learner, and your family is a
Okay,
really big
let me just
benefit.
reactivate it. I'm not sure.
The first thing before we start talking about
Because if the price
different
like these are
policies and protocol is food service.
yeah, so
Students do have the option to order free food through our food service department. You can order breakfast and lunch the day before. So if you're interested in getting that, you just message the food service department with your order. If you go to our website, there's an orange slice, and if you click on the orange slice, it gives you the menu
yeah,
for
like I said, I'm
you
pretty sure
can just
all of
take
these
your
are
breakfast and your lunch,
So
email her the day
that's my
before,
answer.
I would say by 2 o'clock before the end of the day. And then you can also pick the building. So if
my
you're a middle school
can't
student,
do
or
anything
you
until
go
I can get the word
to
with them. We can
Salisbury
figure out if we
Elementary,
can do licensing or whatever, because I can't access their Verizon
whatever
account.
building
So,
in our district
sure.
is the
Right? Okay.
If you're
So,
interested in that,
have
the
them hang on
forms
to
are
it.
over there.
If we
by
can
the
reactivate
extra forms,
it while
you
they
can
still
just grab
have
one of those
it,
and
then
they'll
they
walk
won't need to
you
come
through
back.
it. You
So
can do it
I can
anytime.
give it to you. Just
So you
tell them like, hey, this
now,
isn't gonna work,
later,
and I'll look at licensing.
just browse over.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Attendance, I know both of you are new to the Jersey Shore online program, so everything is new, but this is probably the most updated thing in our handbook, and that's our attendance policy. So while you have the flexibility and the convenience to complete your courses, what it works best for you and your family, we also have to track attendance. So what we've decided to do this year is we are going to check your attendance and your weekly progress on a Monday, because you have from Monday to Sunday evening to submit your assignments. So what we will do is we will look on Monday morning at what you have completed the week prior. So when you get on, and I will show you how to track your progress and how to look at your grades. It'll tell you if you're on pace, and it will tell you obviously what your grade is. As long as you are on pace and not failing, you're free, so to speak. We won't bug you too much. But in the event that you do get behind in a course or you are failing, we're going to look at the week before, and any day that you were not logged into the system for at least 30 minutes, you'll be marked absent. And you'll also be required to come into your building, which would be the middle school, for we call it SOS, a session offering support, basically a help day to get you on pace or caught up. We also have the option too that like if you're not being successful in an English class, we can hopefully get one of your English teachers to come down and help you out, or a math teacher or something like that. So almost like a tutoring session. No, just any day, because 30 minutes is pretty bare minimum. So, even to get on and double check your work and take a quiz, 30 minutes is definitely the bare minimum. So we like to say to treat your online day even like a school day. Okay. Now you do have the flexibility that if mom or dad is working that day, or whatever, I can't get on. that's fine, just make sure you double up the next day. So basically, just keep track, you'll have a list of assignments that need to be completed for that week, so as long as you're good that week, you're on pace. Yeah,
So are you, okay, so there will be a wait until.
Yes.
On the page.
yeah, we will go over that before you leave today, so that you're comfortable and you know how to check that each week, each day. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us at any time.
Assuming that's school days and support.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah. But, Saturday and Sunday are great days to catch up too and get ahead, if you have that option. Yeah. In the event that you know that your student was absent, so you're like, oh my goodness, we had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, I know we weren't on, just submit, an excuse to us. You will have 3 days from the day you're notified. So it's a little bit different in school. If I come in on Tuesday and I was absent on Monday, I have 3 days from Monday. This will be a little bit different, so you do have a little bit more time, you have a little bit more flexibility. You'll be called on Monday. So like I said, if you don't get a phone call on Monday, that means you're on pace, you're on track, you're good to go. If you get a phone call, it will probably be like an automated phone call, like you get if there's a snow day or a delay, and it will just say that you've been issued an absence or you've been following behind, so please check your email. And then we'll specify in the email, what pertains to you. But you'll have 3 days from that day that we call you. So 3 days from Monday to submit an excuse. I will show you on the website where it's needed to, but if you go on our district website, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a pull-down menu, and you can pick your school. There is Jersey Shore Online Learning listed as a school, and this little green button is on every single page. So as long as you click on that button, it'll just pop open like an email, and you can type in the email. So you don't have to worry about bringing in anything specific. You don't have to call. You can just do that. If you want to fax in or bring in a doctor's note, that's fine. You can just bring it right here to the administration. Staying on track, like I said, I will show you specifically how to do this. I know this is a lot of writing, but this is just kind of bulleting this. You can also find this in the student handbook. But when you go into the Genius dashboard, which is where you're going to log in every single day, it almost gives you like your platform of all of your courses that you're enrolled in. Each course is going to show a start and date, and then it shows your pacing. Okay, the pacing will indicate ahead or behind, but then on the left-hand side, you see this very last dot right here, it says the academic snapshot. I would recommend going to that academic snapshot every single day because it just looks nicer, it looks a little bit cleaner, and it pulls up a bubble for every single class. So you'll have your math, your English, your science, everything that you're enrolled in, and it will show you how many assignments you completed, if you're ahead or behind. It's color coordinated. If it's red, it's bad, right? If you're behind, you're failing. If it's green, you're in the clear. So the other thing that's highlighted there, just to kind of take note of, the grade that shows up with your course is indicating the assignments that you have completed. So I was playing around with this the last couple weeks, and I did complete some assignments. So a couple of the assignments, I had a 95, but I only completed 3 assignments for the marking period out of 50. Right? So your grade shows what you have completed at that time. So let's say I did 3 assignments and I'm like, oh, I have 95, I'm done. And I didn't do any work the rest of the marking period. That means all those other assignments at the end of the marking period would become zeros. So you're not going to have a 95 anymore. So just be aware that the grade that you have is showing what you've completed so far. So if there's any assignments that are not completed at the end of the marking period, they're going to become zeros, which is going to really negatively impact your grade. We did talk about these sessions offering support. Like I said, you will be required to come in to those in your building if you are failing or are behind. But if you just decide like, oh my gosh, like I really need some help with my math class. I'm struggling at home. I need a quiet place to work. I'd really like to see if someone can support me. We can also schedule that too. So it's not always like a punishment or a way to get you on track. It's also a way to support you too. So middle school days are Tuesday for me this year. So I will be at the middle school every Tuesday. But like I said, if it doesn't work for you, we can be flexible, just call the office and we'll work. Is that something up for you? Grades, Middle school and high school Jersey Shore online grades are based on 4 marking periods. So some of you will have courses that are only half a year, okay? Some of you will have a class that is just 1 marking period. So just make sure, that you check your course changes each marking period. You will still receive marking period grades, but you're not going to get a report card every single marking period, just because the classes are not the same as what we're doing here in school. But you can still get on at any time, any day, any marking period, and check your grade. I also did set up Guardian accounts, so parents, you should have received an email so that you can set up a username and password, and you can get on and see basically everything that your child is taking as well. But we still will communicate grades. We'll confer with you every marking period, if not more. You'll probably be sick of us by the time this is over. We'll be talking to you constantly about your students' progress and their grades. The 2 programs that we use, high school uses the dynamics, so no one in here is going to be learning about that now. We are in middle school primarily using Edison Learning. So that is the vendor where we get your curriculum and where your courses will come from and that your teachers will be employed through. When logging into your courses, and again, I will show you that, but our elementary school uses a completely different platform this year. So when you go to the login, middle school and high school have it easy because you have a big old bubble and you can just type everything right in. So just make sure that you're going to the high school, middle school login and not the elementary. Student tips. I just like to remind you guys, this is a great opportunity. It's a great way to individualize your learning, but it also comes with great responsibility. Okay, making this choice to kind of be an independent learner at home, so it's important that you have a quiet, organized space. I know when we were at home, when we were closed last year for a period of time, we had students at home learning. Just like I told my students when I was a teacher last year, you don't want to be waking up and doing your coursework in bed. Try not to be lounging on the couch, right? It's almost like setting up a workspace at home. I know we don't all have a snappy office, but you want to have a cleared off space, whether it be at your kitchen table, in your bedroom, somewhere where you can be up and learning. I recommend getting up, getting breakfast, even getting a shower, getting dressed sometimes, makes you feel a little bit more, ready to tackle the day. Log into your courses each day. Even if you get ahead, maybe it's Wednesday and you're like, I was on fire this week and I got all my coursework done, it's fine. But I would just still recommend getting on every day, even if you're ahead. The next 2 things are super important, and I think last year we maybe forgot to do these a little bit. It's really important that you check your course email and your district email. And you're going to get both of those today. But when you log into the platform, it's almost like, if you're on Facebook or any social media, right, you can message through that, but then you also have an email. It's important that you check both because your teachers are going to be messaging you through the Genius course portal. Then I will probably I can send you emails through that too, but I will be sending you emails through the school district. Or if there's an event coming up, if you're involved in any clubs or any extracurricular activities, that's going to be in your Jersey Shore School District email. So I would just double check those each day. Watch live lessons. Sometimes students like to skip over that, but I would highly, highly recommend doing that. It's almost your only connection with your teacher and your social interaction with them. So I would take advantage of those as much as possible. Your teacher will have probably scheduled times where they are going to do those. You can watch them, so you can't be on from 9 to 10:30. You should be able to watch the recording, but I would really recommend getting on there and actively being engaged with your teacher, participating, so you're involved in your class as much as possible. Course teacher, you're going to want to email your course teacher with any questions about the actual class. So if you have a question about an assignment, quiz, you're going to want to message your teacher, okay? If you have a problem with your iPad specifically, so not related to your course, but your iPad, it's not turning on, there's something goofy with being able to get in, your internet, that is when you can call our technology department. Anything in between or any of those things, you can always call our office, and if it's not something that's our expertise, we can guide you to who can help you. And then I I know at the middle school, right, we have rock. It's our positive behavior program. So basically, just to finalize the student tip, when you're on this program, you're representing the school district, right? So you want to make sure that you're representing yourself with good behavior and making good choices. Okay, along with that, parents, and I also call you the adult learning coach because, I know you're at home. I know you might not necessarily be a teacher, but when you're agreeing to this, you are agreeing to be a support for your child because they are going to need this at home. And there are many things that I know we don't teach in the classroom. We do review emails, but I mean, I will say I'm guilty as an adult of not checking my email every day and not being, consistent with that. It's going to be really important that you help them monitor their email. They are going to be reminded. They may need help in the beginning, setting up an email, making sure that they're sending it to their teacher. So, while I understand, the content is going to come from the teacher, they are going to need support at home as an online learner. So you are the student's learning coach. They will need help with those transitional checks, their email. They may need help even checking their pace and their grades in the beginning. So two brains make it better sometimes. So the more help and support you can give them, especially to get started, is going to make them more successful. Again, I stress it's important that they have a quiet, organized space to work and submit excuses too. iPad insurance, I think we all got that taken care of today. I would highly recommend enrolling in our iPad insurance. This protects you from any damage to your device because as you see there, the prices are listed in the table. If there's damage to your device without the iPad insurance, it's going to be a lot more expensive than that. So check or money order can be made to the Jersey Shore Area School District. And there's a manila folder. If you need an extra one, you can grab it on your way out or hand your completed one into the extra form before you leave. The parent handbook, I think we received that in our packet, but this is also accessible on our online site too. So if you go to the Jersey Shore Online Learning as you're building, there's tabs across the top. If you click on handbook, there's a PDF version, so you can print it and you can refer to it at your convenience. And you have the sign back page, that's just saying you read all of the protocol, the expectations, you understand that, and then you hand it in over there as well before you leave. Another thing to take note of is the district, Jersey Shore Area School District, starts this Thursday. Your online courses are not going to start on Monday. It's not because I would like to say that it's nice and I'm great to meet 2 extra days of summer, but that's not true. The reason is because it just flows better on the online calendar to start you on a Monday than only giving you 2 days of coursework and then checking your attendance. We're just going to start fresh with 5-day week on Monday. So August 30th is when your courses will be on there. Honestly, I'm not sure. We are going to log on today. Your courses might pop up, but they might not pop up until Monday. So we'll double check that before we leave. The 26th and the 27th, I'm not leaving you completely off the hook. I'm giving you some to-do list things to do. So I would suggest the 26th and the 27th, make sure you have that organized space. Okay, any materials that you're going to need, make sure you have that organized and ready to go. Believe me, Monday morning, you're going to feel much better if you can roll into your organized workspace and have everything organized and ready to go. Make sure when you go home, I would even do this tonight, make sure that it's your device is connected to your at-home Wi-Fi and you can be easily connected to the internet and your courses. Check for enrolled courses for the first marking period. Like I said, they may pop up today. I've enrolled us in them. I'm just not sure when they're going to make them live. So it might be Monday morning. It might be Thursday and Friday. Just keep checking. And once they might be on there, but when you click on them, it might not take you to the coursework yet. So just keep an active look on that and make sure you're involved in everything. And then as soon as you can, a nice little touch is I would just email my teacher. And I'll show you how to do that here in a couple minutes. But it's just a nice way, one, to practice sending an email, and two, the teachers like to hear from you and kind of make a little connection before your coursework starts. Yeah.
So, you were saying about 2 days of coursework. Will that set something like that? What about 4-day weeks where, let's just say, the school district has off on Friday because or Labor Day.
Right. So I'm gonna actually bring that up, because
Adjusted.
it is. It is adjusted, yes, to our course calendar. So even winter break, Thanksgiving break. But I do want to bring that up because I am going to do a little incentive this year that if you get on and complete coursework through the holiday, probably not Labor Day, but Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, when we have that longer break, if you get on and complete coursework at all, we'll submit your name for a gift card. So any days that you're on. Now, I'm not saying you have to be on every single day during that, but if you get on and complete any coursework, because you can, that is the chance for you to work ahead too. So that's up to you, your choice. I'm going to explore Genius, which is your platform, with you first, and then I'm going to let you take a look at it. But we'll come back to this in a minute, so I don't think you have to memorize it right now. But to access your dashboard, you're going to go to the Jersey Shore School District website. You're going to pick school, which is Jersey Shore Online Learning. A login tab will be across the top in orange, and you're going to enter your username and password. You should have gotten your password card, and it's going to be a little bit different than your login. So when you do the top one by the bulldog, that's how you get into your iPad device. The one, I believe it's in red. Yep, that's how you're going to get into your Genius website in your course. So you don't have to do this right now. I will guide you through here first, and then I'll give you some time to find out. 1 second to log in. So when you go to our district website, you see right up there in the upper right-hand corner, there's that orange downward arrow where it says select a school. You'll click on that, and the very bottom one is Jersey Shore Online Learning. Now I am just going to give you a heads up, just like my position is new, the website is new. So it's under construction. Things may change and look a little different throughout the year as we upload more, important information, but the tabs across the top will not change. The goal is to make it as easily accessible and able to manipulate as possible. So the login tab, the third one in, is what you will go to, and that very top box is for high school and middle school. Okay, and then that's where you'll put in your login information and your password. And it will take you into dashboard. Now this is a look at what I would see. I'm going to take you to what you would see. So when you log in, you would see here where it says Academic Snapshot. That gives you a list of all of your courses. Now again, this is a demo account. These are not necessarily courses that you would have, but this is just a sample. So you can see on there all of your courses. It shows your start date, your end date, your current grade, the assignment that you have done, and if you are on pace or behind. So again, I know it's a little bit hard to see, it's a little bit blurry, but if you look across that very top one, it says the grade on that course is a 70%. And that I've completed 1 out of 59 assignments. So again, if I'm like, yeah, I'm passing out of 70, I'm not going to be passing if the other 58 assignments turn into a 0. So just kind of keep in mind the grade is portraying what you have at that point. Okay, not that you're done. On the left-hand side there's an envelope that shows messages. Then you can create a new message. So that's just, you can create an email. I do just want to give you a heads up. The life saver there, or the contact school tab, don't use that. I know it's a little confusing. That is almost going to go to, if you have a question, that's going to go to someone at our intermediate unit, and it's either going to get lost in the shuffle, or they're just going to forward it to me. So I would just follow those steps I told you before. If you have a question about your class, your assignment, message your teacher. Okay, if there's a problem with this, with the dashboard, you can't log in or something's goofy, I would call me or email me, and then I will contact our IU, because I have direct people that I can contact there And if it's a device issue, there's something wrong with your physical iPad, then that's when I would call our technology department. Yeah. Yes, it is, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think it's their extension. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll double check, because I don't want to just give you the wrong. Okay, course, information, we'll come back to that in a minute. The academic snapshot, remember I said I would check this every single day? So do you see how that gives you a better look than what's on the first dashboard? So these are all of your courses. So you would see a bubble for every single class that you are in, okay? So if you look at that second one, and it says English 1, Part 1. Okay, it would, has my grade up there, it's at 80%. I've done 1 of 48 assignments. I'm a little bit behind pace, okay? And then you can see my activity is in the yellow. So it means that I've been working throughout the week, but I haven't maybe logged in every day, or I haven't obviously completed my assignments because I've only done 1. So that really does give you a good look. Parents, you have access to this as well. So it shouldn't be a surprise if I call you on a Monday morning and say, your son or daughter, was not on at all last week, or they're well behind in their course. You should already probably know that the call is coming. Okay? And students, this is a great way to know. If you have to work over the weekend and get yourself caught up, this is what to check. If everything's green, you're good to go. If anything's yellow or red, okay, you might need to pick it up a little bit. Suggested pacing, this at the very top there, and again, in those boxes, they're going to show you every single one of your courses. You can click through, and again, it's showing me how many original assignments, how many extra assignments, how many total assignments I've completed in that course. The gradebook does just that. You can click on every single one of your courses again at the top, and it tells me the assignment, it tells me how many points, what my grade was, and the date that I completed it. Okay? Student activity, you probably won't do this that much. Honestly, this will probably be what your parents do when they're trying to sneak up on you, but you can check it too. Your student activity, you can actually pick the week that you want. You can show the date here, and it shows what day that you were logged in, if you weren't logged in, how much time. While I'm thinking of that, this is also something to remember. The program does track active, engagement in your courses. So if I'm logged into English, but I'm also just sitting there with it open and texting my friend, or watching TV, or watching YouTube on the side, it's not going to show that you were actively involved in your course. It monitors that you're scrolling and you're reading and you're using the manipulatives and watching the videos, so that's not going to work. So that won't show activity, just logging on and sitting your iPad there. Okay, view transcript, that would be like if you wanted to look at a sample report card, it would pop up in that section. Okay, edit account, obviously if you needed to change your password for any reason, and then your school calendar, they will be updating all the holidays, days off and stuff too. But that will be on there, so if you don't school or anything, okay, I'm going to go back to the dashboard quick and just show you briefly what it looks like to go into your course. And then I'll let you guys in. So when you click on your course, okay, this is kind of what it's going to look like. And again, it's going to have all of your courses. Again, it gives you your grade right there. I'm just going to click on biology just to show you. Just slide back here, actually. Right underneath here is your teacher's name. If you click on that little envelope, it will pop up an email that goes directly to that teacher. That's pretty simple for you. Okay. It also shows you that biology is 4 parts, which means you're going to have biology the first, second, third, and fourth part. First one is what's open now, part 1, okay? This shows no assignments, so it says in 7 days, so in that full week, there's no assignments, okay? So this says actually 0 of 48. Now, that doesn't mean you have 48 assignments for the week, that means there's 48 assignments for the marking period, okay? But this is showing you, where you should be in the bar to be on pace, okay? And it's gonna look like that for every single course. So then if I click on the actual lesson there, okay? So they kind of vary depending on the lesson, depending on the unit, but they will always have an essential question, then they might have a video, they may have something to read, and then they usually end with like a quiz or a way to check your understanding. I'm pretty positive that you have 3 chances to take a quiz. So if I take a quiz and it's like, oh, I didn't do very well, or I think I could improve my score, you would have the opportunity to retake that. Okay, if for some reason it's closed out or some reason it's goofy, that may be a teacher decision. That would be a great chance for time to message your teacher and ask if they could grant you a retake. And that will pop up in a message here, which I will show you. If we hit enter, again, it just pops up with some readings and potential questions. You have a bunch of different tools up above to underline and highlight and make notes. Up here in the right, you can change the view, you can print it if needed, you can make notes. This is also nice. You can do the
Instruction. What is biology?
okay. So
Simply put,
they can read it to you.
biology is the science.
Okay, so you have that option as well. Okay, so as I continue on with that arrow to the right, so it starts me off with some reading. As I progress through, there's going to be an example video.
Welcome to biology, the study of life.
This is
Today, we
basic.
will learn how biology is a science that can be organized in 10 overarching themes.
But that's just kind of giving you an idea of the course and what they would look like when you enter those. Okay. One more thing. Before I also on the left-hand side, over here you can see, you can track attendance there. Again, this is the student view, so this is what you will see when you log on. Attendance, Edmodo, that, unless your teacher's too, it's just an extra tab there. My grades, you can view your grades. Tutoring hours, that bottom left-hand corner, this is kind of cool. All of your teachers have a number. So let's say I need help with math, and my teacher is Miss Gonzalez. Okay, and I call her, and it's not within her office hour time. Okay, now it says in here from 8 to 5, but let's say I need help after hours, 6:30, or let's say she's not available. It's almost like the doctor's office. If you call after hours, they'll kick you to like someone on call. Similar, okay? If you call Miss Gonzalez and she's not available, it will immediately contact you to someone else in the math department qualified in that course that can help tutor you in that section. Okay, so that's kind of a nice feature. Meet your teachers. Over here to the right, I kind of like this, especially being an online learner. It's sometimes nice to put a face with the name, right? So if I have Miss Conway for English, all of your teachers are in here. They all have a phone number, and you can watch a short little video here where they introduce themselves. So that might be a great thing to do on the 26th or the 27th too, before you start your coursework. Okay, so other than that, does anyone have any questions specifically before I let you get in? Yeah?
I have some specific questions.
Okay.
Each favorite to get their work done early.
Mhm.
How does that work with the law?
No, so you wouldn't be penalized if you were finished early. Yeah, it's only if you're behind or failing. Yeah. Now, if a student, let's say a student finishes the whole course like a month or 3 weeks early, right? But they've got a 63 math, then I'm gonna say, hey, why don't we go back in, see if we can retake some of those quizzes, reach out to your teacher, see if there's a way that you can, so there are benefits to working in that, but then there are also some consequences